Introduction: the Stoic soul of the Duke of Wellington. Picture this, the deafening roar of cannon fire, soldiers clashing in chaotic battle, the fate of nations hanging by a thread. Standing amidst it all, calm as the eye of a storm, is one man, Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington. Known to history as the Iron Duke, he was more than just a brilliant general or a capable statesman. He was a living embodiment of Stoicism, a man who mastered his emotions, accepted hardship with grace, and relentlessly focused on duty above all else. Wellington's story isn't just about the battles he fought or the empires he shaped, it's about the philosophy that guided his every decision. Stoicism, the ancient creed of resilience and reason, was at the heart of his character. In this video, we'll explore how these principles turned him into one of the most iconic figures in history. We'll delve into the defining traits that made him a leader of unparalleled brilliance, his resilience in the face of adversity, his unflappable emotional discipline, his pragmatic approach to challenges, his unwavering sense of duty, and his humble acknowledgement of his own limitations. Along the way, we'll share anecdotes from the man himself, offering a glimpse into his mind and the Stoic virtues that made him legendary. But here's the twist: this isn't just a history lesson. It's a guide to living well in our modern world, inspired by the life of a man who showed us how to stay calm in chaos, how to focus on what matters, and how to rise above the noise of daily life. So, whether you're facing your own Battle of Waterloo, or just trying to make it through the week, there's something here for you. Let's uncover the timeless wisdom of the Iron Duke. 1. Resilience, triumph through hardship, forged in the fires of adversity. Arthur Wellesley's journey to greatness was not one of ease. Born into an aristocratic Irish family, he struggled to find his place in the world. Initially dismissed as an unremarkable student and overshadowed by his siblings, young Arthur was labeled a failure. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, he embraced the Stoic virtue of resilience, resolving to rise above his circumstances. When he joined the army, his performance was far from extraordinary. Critics mocked his early years, calling him the awkward recruit. Still, Wellington understood that setbacks were not defeats, but lessons. He once remarked, "The mere exertion of energy and talent will never accomplish much. It is the consistent application of effort that brings results." The hardships of war. Wellington's resilience was tested repeatedly during his campaigns, particularly in India, where he led his forces against overwhelming odds at the Battle of Wellesley in 1803. Facing a much larger enemy, he famously declared, "The measure of a man is what he is willing to sacrifice for victory." At Wellesley, "I had made up my mind to die if necessary." Such statements reveal a Stoic acceptance of life's impermanence. Wellington's focus was never on avoiding hardship, but on confronting it with courage and clarity. His military campaigns in India, where torrid heat, disease, and logistical nightmares were daily realities. Despite these challenges, Wellington never allowed external conditions to dictate his resolve. Instead, he adapted, planned meticulously, and forged ahead. He didn't complain about the cards he was dealt, he simply played them with skill and determination. Stoic lesson: resilience is not merely enduring pain, it is embracing adversity as an opportunity to grow. Wellington teaches us that success is achieved not by avoiding challenges, but by facing them head-on. 2. Emotional discipline, mastering the self, unflappable in the heat of battle. One of Wellington's most defining traits was his ability to remain composed, even in the direst circumstances. At the Battle of Waterloo, amid cannon fire and chaos, his demeanor was calm and calculated. An officer warned him of the imminent danger to his life, to which Wellington responded, "The time for that has not yet come." Wellington was famously stoic in his demeanor, rarely allowing emotions to cloud his judgment. When criticized for his curt communication style, he retorted, "An honest man has nothing to fear, so I say what I mean." He valued truth and clarity over appeasing others, a hallmark of Stoic thought. This unshakable poise inspired those around him, boosting morale among his troops. For Wellington, emotions were distractions in moments requiring clarity. His focus was always on what could be done, not what was feared. Detachment from triumph and failure. Wellington's emotional discipline extended beyond the battlefield. When reflecting on his victory at Waterloo, he said, "I felt nothing but the greatest satisfaction at having done my duty." There was no celebration, no elation, just a quiet acknowledgement of responsibility fulfilled. This stoic detachment baffled contemporaries but underscores an essential principle: emotions, whether joy or despair, should not dictate one's actions. By maintaining emotional balance, Wellington ensured that neither success nor failure clouded his judgment. Stoic lesson: emotional mastery is not about suppression, but control. Wellington exemplifies how staying calm and measured can transform crises into opportunities for greatness. 3. Pragmatism, a strategist's stoic mindset, adapting to the unpredictable. Wellington's genius as a military leader stemmed not from grandiose plans, but from his ability to adapt. He famously said, "The whole art of war consists in getting at what is on the other side of the hill." This pragmatic approach reflected his belief that action should always be grounded in reality, not assumptions. At Waterloo, when his forces faced Napoleon's formidable army, Wellington's strategy relied on defensive positioning and maximizing available resources. Despite being outnumbered, he maintained his composure, remarking, "Hard pounding, gentlemen. Let us see who can pound the longest." In Portugal, during the Peninsular War, Wellington adopted a scorched earth strategy to deprive French forces of resources. It was a difficult and unpopular decision, but it ultimately secured victory. This pragmatism underscores a core Stoic belief: focus on what you can control, and take the necessary actions without being swayed by public opinion. Pragmatism in politics. Wellington's Stoicism extended to his political career. As Prime Minister, he often faced harsh criticism for his conservative policies. Yet he never wavered, stating, "Nothing is more difficult than governing a nation. One must act not for applause but for necessity." His pragmatic outlook allowed him to navigate complex political landscapes, making decisions based on what was needed, not what was popular. Stoic lesson: pragmatism is the art of focusing on what can be controlled. Wellington's success reminds us to remain grounded in reality and adaptable to change. 4. Duty, the Stoic's ultimate virtue. Service above self. For Wellington, duty was more than a responsibility, it was a moral compass. He once remarked, "There is no mistake so great as that of neglecting one's duty." His commitment to service was unwavering, whether on the battlefield or in the halls of government. Even after his military triumphs, when he became Prime Minister, he approached governance with the same stoic dedication. Though he despised politics, he accepted the role because he believed it was his duty to serve his country. His stoic resilience allowed him to endure the political tumult and criticism that came with the position. This sense of duty was evident after his military victories. Rather than reveling in personal glory, he dedicated himself to rebuilding Europe, ensuring that the peace secured through war was maintained. Anecdotes of integrity. Wellington's dedication to duty extended to personal integrity. When offered bribes during his political career, he flatly refused, stating, "If you think my principles are for sale, you have mistaken the man." In another instance, during a heated parliamentary debate, Wellington was harshly criticized. His response: "An extraordinary affair. I gave them their orders, and they wanted to stay and discuss them." He prioritized action over approval, staying true to his Stoic principles. Stoic lesson: duty is the anchor that steadies us in turbulent times. By putting principles above personal gain, we build a legacy of respect and honor. 5. Humility, the Stoic strength of self-awareness. Acknowledging limitations. Despite his unparalleled achievements, Wellington remained remarkably humble. When asked about his military genius, he replied, "I am not a great genius, I am a great grinder." This acknowledgement of effort over talent reflects his Stoic belief in the value of hard work. At the height of his fame, Wellington described Waterloo as the nearest run thing you ever saw in your life. Far from boasting, he credited his victory to perseverance and preparation, not destiny or brilliance. Even in his old age, when hailed as a national hero, Wellington never sought personal glory. He continued to serve quietly, showing the world that true greatness is grounded in humility, simplicity, and greatness. Even as Britain's elder statesman, Wellington shunned pomp and ceremony. When congratulated on his accomplishments, he remarked, "If I had to choose between writing about my actions and doing them, I would always choose the latter." For him, action spoke louder than accolades. Stoic lesson: humility is not weakness, but strength. By recognizing our limitations, we focus on what truly matters: continuous growth and meaningful action. Conclusion: the legacy of an iron soul. As we've seen, Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington, was far more than the sum of his victories or titles. He was a man who lived by a code, a Stoic code, that prioritized action over words, duty over comfort, and resilience over resignation. Through his life, we see how steadfast character, guided by Stoic principles, can achieve greatness. But Wellington's story isn't just one for history buffs or admirers of military strategy. His life offers lessons for all of us. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, his example reminds us to focus on what we can control, to remain calm under pressure, and to meet every challenge with courage and determination. His life whispers to us across the centuries, urging us to carry ourselves with dignity, to work tirelessly for what we believe in, and to never let fleeting emotions dictate our actions. As we close, let's remember Wellington's own words: "Hard-pounding gentlemen, let us see who can pound the longest." Life will throw its punches, but it's our resilience, our discipline, and our commitment to principles that define us. So, whether you're navigating personal battles or striving for something greater, take a page from the Iron Duke's playbook. Face adversity with calm, live with purpose, and know that true strength lies not in the absence of struggle, but in the courage to persevere through it. If you found inspiration in today's journey through history, don't forget to like this video, share with someone who needs a dose of Stoic wisdom, and subscribe for more lessons from history's greatest minds. Until next time, remember, you too can forge your own legacy, one Stoic choice at a time.